You can earn a good living for 40 years and still end up with very little to show for it. I've watched it happen more times than I can count. Intelligent people, hard-working people, people with stable careers and rising salaries, and yet wealth never seems to stick. The surprising part is that the problem is rarely income. Most people assume wealth begins when you finally earn enough money. In reality, wealth begins the moment your behavior changes, not your paycheck. A person can receive a raise and feel richer immediately, but feeling richer and becoming wealthy are two very different things. Income changes quickly. Habits change slowly. And habits, not income, determine outcomes over long periods of time. The mistake most people make is believing wealth is created through big decisions. They imagine a brilliant investment, a lucky opportunity, or a perfect moment to enter the market. But wealth is usually the result of many small decisions made consistently, especially when nobody is watching and nothing exciting appears to be happening. Early in life, money feels scarce. Every dollar has a visible job: rent, food, transportation, daily living. Because of that, saving feels like deprivation. Spending produces immediate relief, while saving produces almost no emotional reward. The human brain naturally chooses what feels good now over what works later. That tendency alone explains why many capable people never accumulate capital. When someone receives more income, the natural impulse is to upgrade life proportionally: a slightly better apartment, a newer car, more convenience, more comfort. None of these choices seem unreasonable individually. The danger is cumulative. Expenses quietly rise until they consume the same percentage of income as before. From the outside, it looks like progress. Mathematically, nothing has changed. Wealth requires a gap between what comes in and what goes out. Without that gap, compounding has nothing to work with. And compounding, despite all the attention it receives, is not dramatic in the beginning. It is almost invisible. The early years are uncomfortable because effort and results appear disconnected. You save diligently and the account barely moves. Markets fluctuate. Progress feels slow compared to the pace of daily life. Meanwhile, people around you appear to be enjoying immediate rewards. New purchases are visible. Disciplined restraint is not. This creates psychological pressure that pushes many people to abandon the process right before it begins to matter. Most individuals don't fail because they made terrible investments. They fail because they never stayed consistent long enough for time to help them. Time is the essential ingredient, and impatience removes it from the equation. There's another misunderstanding that causes problems. People think investing is about predicting the future. They believe success belongs to those who can forecast markets, anticipate trends, or react faster than others. In practice, constant activity often reduces results. Each decision introduces emotion, and emotion interferes with rational behavior. Ownership should feel simple. When you buy a productive business, you are purchasing a stream of future earnings. The daily price movement does not change the underlying productivity of that business. Yet many people treat ownership like a scoreboard that updates every minute. When prices rise, confidence grows. When prices fall, fear takes over. Decisions made under those conditions rarely work well. The market occasionally offers opportunities precisely when emotions make action uncomfortable. Prices decline, headlines grow pessimistic, and uncertainty increases. At those moments, people focus on avoiding short-term discomfort rather than evaluating long-term value. Ironically, the periods that feel safest often present the least attractive opportunities, while the periods that feel uncertain can offer the greatest long-term advantages. But none of this matters unless capital exists to deploy. That is why behavior before investing matters more than investment skill itself. The ability to save consistently creates optionality. Optionality allows patience. Patience allows rational decisions. Once a person accumulates meaningful savings, something subtle changes. Financial decisions become less emotional because survival no longer depends on every paycheck. Time horizons expand. Instead of asking what will work this month or this year, attention shifts toward what will work over decades. That shift in perspective is where real compounding begins. Another obstacle appears after progress starts: comparison. Humans naturally measure success relative to others. Seeing someone else move faster creates pressure to accelerate. Acceleration often leads to unnecessary risk, speculation, excessive trading, or investments that are poorly understood. The desire to keep pace with others can quietly undo years of disciplined behavior.